by and large, we like the concentration of power in trusted institutions like the police only.
Mhm. Well, I mean, the police don't help you. I mean, I suppose that in Australia, you know that, right? I mean, like,
Slowly, yeah.
I mean, Australians love their government. You know, there's a perception in Australia that somehow the government is an extension of the people. So there's this weird trust relationship back and forth, which sounds like what there should be, but actually that's very dangerous. Because of things like lockdowns, right? So everybody in Australia just trusted that the elites knew exactly what they were doing, and that the police are going to protect you and everything's going to be fine. And now we're putting the scientists in charge of disease mitigation and blah, blah, blah. Well, it didn't work. So the same people who tried to drive the virus off the continent, the same people were promising to protect you from crime and so on. And it's just not going to happen. There was a case in Uvalde, Texas, about a month ago, where there was a school shooting. Most of these shootings in the United States happen in so-called gun-free zones, right? Of course.
Okay.
So if you're a violent criminal, are you gonna go to the Republican debate?
No.
You know, where half the audience is armed, or are you going to go to a gun-free zone like a public school? That's where you go. And so showed up, and the police showed up, and I saw a report this morning of hundreds of cops stood outside securing the perimeter while the one killer was running, just did a killing rampage against dozens of students inside the school, while the cops just protected themselves. That's what they're trained to do.
Yeah.
They see the population as expendable, even small children, whereas they have learned to protect themselves from crime. They're the ones who aren't. So it's despicable. Police rarely actually risk themselves, and that's just institutional, at least in the U.S. Now, maybe in Australia, you know, you've got very brave, bold policemen that'll charge into the scene of a crime and risk their lives to defend the citizens, and God bless them. But that's certainly not true in the U.S.